He's back. But something is different. The mood in Berea has changed, and it's not just because one of the NFL's greatest defensive names is back. Something is happening behind the scenes at the Cleveland Browns, and if you blink, you might miss the beginning of a new era. Myles Garrett took the field like someone who already knows that 2025 won't be just another season, it will be a season. The tone of the coaching staff, the commitment of the rookies, the attitude in the locker room, everything points to a quiet but profound transformation. Behind the smiles in the interviews and the rehearsed actions in the mini-camp, signs of real change emerge. He's getting the biggest contract of his tenure and being pressured like never before. A rookie quarterback has already received snaps with the starting lineup. Stay with me until the end, because the story that's unfolding now could be the foundation of everything we'll see in the next chapter of the Browns. And what's to come will surprise you. I'll tell you all the details, but first make sure to hit the like button if you've been a die-hard Browns fan for 16 plus years. It's great to see fans of all ages. The utmost respect. If possible, write it like this: "Let's go Browns, my heart bleeds brown and orange." So, let's get to it. From the moment he stepped onto the field, Myles Garrett became the center of gravity in Berea. Reporters and coaches not only watched him, they admired him. Teammates watched. They took notes. And Jim Schwartz made no effort to temper expectations, saying something that should resonate in every fan's mind: "I really think Myles will have the best season of his career after this paycheck." That's a $40 million a year challenge. The highest paid edge rusher in the league now has the weight of that contract and the power of that respect. Schwartz even drew on superhero lore, reminding Garrett and the rest of us that with great power comes great responsibility. That's not just coaching talk. It's a statement. For the past 4 seasons, Garrett has been the epitome of reliability and dominance. Health, consistency, production, check, check, check. A future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Now he's not just the face of the defense, he's the pace setter for the entire organization. When he coaches, they follow. When he talks, they listen. And when he dominates, they believe. His sack forecast for 2025? Stuck at 12. But if you're betting against him, think again. If you know Myles Garrett, you know that 13.5 isn't an exaggeration, it's a statement. But let's shift our eyes to the young guns, the future under center. The Browns are loading up at quarterback with Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, and the minicamp intensity around these rookies was anything but casual. While Joe Flacco took a lighter workload, Gabriel was taking first-team reps during 11-on-11s, and Sanders saw increased looks in red zone scenarios. These aren't just get-your-feet-wet reps. This is real competition, real evaluation, and real opportunity. Shedeur Sanders stood out not just for his performance but his presence. He called the QB room, which includes Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Gabriel, a fun and competitive environment. According to Cameron Justice, Shedeur's energy and attitude were palpable. It's more than what he says, it's how he carries himself. Kevin Stefanski added nuance to the rookie evaluations. His thoughts? Gabriel needs consistency in his process, stick with the mental routine, stop improvising too early, and let the offense unfold. For Sanders, the message was broader but more encouraging. He needs more reps in every area. Not because he's behind, but because he's raw and ready to grow. Stefanski wasn't issuing a critique, he was issuing a challenge. Get those reps, get ready. Your time is coming. Meanwhile, a familiar face with a fresh narrative, Diontae Johnson. He's a new face in a new jersey, but the questions that follow him are old. Is this the moment where Johnson finally puts it all together? Kevin Stefanski gave cautious optimism. Diontae is doing a really nice job obviously getting up to speed with the terminology and those types of things. That's coach speak for we're watching. The reality? Johnson wasn't at OTAs. The learning curve is steeper, but the raw talent is undeniable. Johnson's past is complicated, multiple teams, multiple issues with roles and relationships. But the Browns offer something different: stability, vision, and maybe, just maybe, the final opportunity to be the player he was always meant to be. It's on him now. Stefanski and the front office aren't here for babysitting, they're here to win. So the question is no longer, can Diontae Johnson play? It's, will Diontae Johnson commit? Now let's talk legacy. Let's talk heartbreak. Let's talk about Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb isn't just a running back. He's a symbol, a force, an identity. Seeing him in another uniform, it feels wrong. It feels jarring. It feels dirty. But this is the business side of football. Myles Garrett, the heartbeat of this defense, spoke about Chubb with nothing but love. I love Nick. I want the very best for him. And the Haslams echoed the sentiment. calling Chubb a cornerstone and expressing their excitement to one day induct him into the Browns' Ring of Honor. The respect runs deep, but let's not sugarcoat it. Watching Chubb walk away, especially after all he's battled through physically, stings. He gave everything to this franchise, and now he's chasing a new chapter. It's understandable, but that doesn't make it easier. There was a time, recently, when Nick Chubb was arguably the best pure runner in the NFL. Not just for Browns fans, for everyone. But injuries force hard conversations. And today, we stand at that crossroads. So Browns fans, I turn it over to you. Where do you stand on all this? What's your over-under on Myles Garrett's sack total for 2025? Are you buying the rookie hype around Sanders and Gabriel? And what are your true thoughts on seeing Nick Chubb in another uniform? Drop it all in the comments below. We're building something here, and your voice is part of the foundation. Let's push the conversation deeper, because what's happening at Browns mini camp is more than just standard off-season grind. There's a silent reshaping of the team's culture, and it starts with the power shifts on offense and the subtle battle lines being drawn at the quarterback position. Joe Flacco might still wear the veteran crown, but don't let the light workload fool you. Kevin Stefanski and the coaching staff are watching how Gabriel and Sanders respond to the increased reps. This isn't just evaluation. It's a trial by fire. Gabriel's handling of first-team 11-on-11 reps is no accident. The coaches are essentially saying, let's see what you've got when the lights start getting a little brighter. And Shedeur, his red zone looks suggest more than curiosity. They're probing for poise, testing if this kid can make smart, fast decisions in the tightest parts of the field. That's not where you hide rookies. That's where you expose potential. And what we're seeing early from Sanders isn't just that he's coachable, it's that he's adaptable. And that's dangerous for defenses. But let's not overlook the context. This is a quarterback room with pressure baked into every rep. You've got a Super Bowl MVP in Joe Flacco, a reclamation project in Kenny Pickett, and two rookies hungry to make a name. This is a pot that's going to boil over eventually, and only one will come out ready to lead. Don't be surprised if this battle stretches all the way through training camp and into the preseason. The Browns are crafting a new identity, and their quarterback isn't just going to be chosen, they're going to be earned. But let's pivot for a moment, because one of the most polarizing figures in Berea this summer isn't a quarterback, it's wide receiver Diontae Johnson. He's got the talent. That's never been in question. What's under the microscope now is his commitment. Stefanski's comment about getting up to speed is subtle, but in coach speak, it's meaningful. There's a tone, a caution, a pause. Here's the hard truth. Johnson's past tells a story of disconnects. Teams, coaches, roles, none of it ever seemed to click long-term. He wanted more money. He wanted more targets. He wanted more control. But now he's in Cleveland, and the Browns don't need want. They need will. Will he commit to the terminology? Will he buy into Stefanski's system? Will he fight for chemistry with a quarterback room that's already in flux? Because if he does, if Johnson finally connects the dots, the Browns will have something special. His route running is elite. His release off the line? Deadly. His hands? When he's focused, they're some of the best in the league. But potential doesn't win football games. Execution does. That's the fork in the road. Diontae Johnson has the chance to go from journeyman to hero in one season. But it starts in June, not September. Now, back to the emotional core of this entire mini camp, the Nick Chubb moment. There's no other way to say it. Seeing Chubb in anything other than a Browns uniform is like watching LeBron in a Wizards jersey or seeing Peyton in a Broncos uniform for the first time. It's surreal. It's jarring. It's a reminder that even legends have exit doors. Garrett's love for Chubb wasn't a soundbite. It was a moment. A former teammate pushing to keep his brother in the fold. And while that didn't come to fruition, the gesture spoke volumes. Because in Cleveland, Nick Chubb isn't just a player, he's an icon, an ideal, the perfect blend of hard-nosed football and humble professionalism. The Haslams said it best, "We thank Nick for being a Brown." That's not just gratitude, it's a prelude. It's a hint at a Ring of Honor induction, a legacy celebration that's not a matter of if, but when.